what can I live up to when it comes to a reputation, a reputation, not a mutation. Um, Three things come to mind. Maybe when it comes to grammar, I suppose. One is a preposition, proper noun, and a determiner. The cluttering that you see is there for a reason, because there is cluttering in the understanding of living up to a name, a reputation. This hell is known to be a condition. The hell of darkness, the hell of light. Darkness represents ignorance, and light represents knowledge. Hellfire. Fire can come into about when there is either a combustible element or there is something that is weak. Could it be something that is weak in one's thinking? But when the condition of hell when it comes to darkness is ignorance, and the hell of light is the knowledge. And when the condition of the knowledge is as destructive as the hell of ignorance, it will produce the fire. Yes. Both are destructive. So, I think the brother R. Kelly said, step in the name of love. In the name of someone or something as you representing or coming in the name of something. This preposition, a word, and the word is integrity for me. Integrity that is governing something. Because I always say that adequate cooperation leads to proper communication, and that's how you effectively coordinate your power. So integrity is the word in that which is governing something. Usually. But that which is governing is that which has preceded before it. The integrity is governing the integrity that preceded before it. Prepositioning itself. Possibly propping itself up. When it comes to the here and now, this proposition is it is properly now expressing and establishing a relationship, and in relationship to another word. And if there is another word of integrity that can connect with integrity, it is the word of dignity. We're dealing with something that is elementary. That the preposition of a word making a name or becoming a attribute, something that you are coming into, trying to live up to. Well, how can you live up to something that is not you? Oh, man. Good God Almighty. So, if that understanding and that relationship can be established, maybe humanity can be better off in that regards. So, as I always say, that when it comes to God, that new life is the reproduction of that which existed before it. So it is a relationship that integrity has established with the integrity of the past is establishing the integrity of the present and leading into the integrity of the future. It forms their relationship in the clause. So, this proposition, or not proposition, but this, I should say, I'll get this word, this preposition. It is a prepositioning yourself. What's your position? But this as a creation is a preposition in its creation or in its expression, that it is saying that this environment is a learning environment. That you must learn to properly position yourself to that which has been prepositioned, and that which has been prepositioned is the word, and the word becomes your bond, and that word, it is integrity. In the name of something or someone becomes the determining fact. Oh, if that ain't grace, I don't know what is. If that's not mercy, I don't know what is. The governing word, the governing word of integrity, and its relationship and its connection to others who are about and practice in relationship to being and acting with integrity. So we may not be tricked by a confidence trickster who gain your confidence to trick you. He or she who's not about his or her word. So that's why one must do his best to try to be upright, which is challenging. Because you break your word, the word becomes your bond, and then that will put you in, will enslave you. So this hell, the state of condition of ignorance when it comes to darkness and light when it comes to knowledge, that the knowledge that you have has become destructive, and the ignorance that you display has become destructive. Therefore, both the spark comes and therefore it creates fire. Weak and not being about or having integrity in your word, decency, order, honor, nobility, dignity, confidence, respect, considerate, thoughtful, kind, compassionate, most merciful. So, in the name of Allah, as Muslims say, most gracious, the most merciful. Boy, do we need to be guided on the into straight path. It's very challenging indeed. Very challenging indeed. Elementary. Some was saying that scene my dear Watson, once he found out what was going on, he studied the facts and put them together and find out who did this and who did that when it comes to a crime that has been committed. What is the biggest crime in the society in which we live? It's fraud, fraudulent behavior. You promise something that you are unable to come through on it. It puts you at an advantage and put the other at a disadvantage. The biggest crime that you commit is fraud because you break your word, unable to come through on what you have promised. And that can be kind of tricky because people come through, those who have the means, who in this corruption when it comes to politics. There are those who, what they call constituencies, who support these politicians. They come through because they have the money, and they become Not only a means in a way, but a voice. But those who don't have the money, they don't have a voice. They have a voice, but it's not being heard. So when their voice is not being heard, and their demands are not being met, they only responding to the spirit of apathy. Say, govern yourself accordingly. You deal with people accordingly. You deal with a thief accordingly. You deal with a tyrant accordingly. Huh. Ain't that something, man? So, if people are united with the knowledge that they have to be destructive, what you think? And how is that going to influence many people who live in the society? They will foster foolishness because they themselves minds have been weakened. That they will follow suit and that destructive. So therefore, the duty, as Kwame Ture would say, of the conscious is to make the unconscious make the conscious I should say, of the unconscious behavior. So Marcus Garvey never said it better. He said organizing is the key. And the key to social life is family. So yeah, R. Kelly was on someone. He said, step in the name of love. And what is the three essentials of love? Of freedom, justice, and equality? In the name of most gracious, the most merciful. The crooked places straight, the rough places smooth. Crooked places perverted language. Perversion. Transgression or transgression against natural progression. And natural progression result unto enlightenment. Oneness is stronger than conflict, and unity is stronger than diversity. The governing integrity of your word has transforming power. Until next time, talk to you.